Okay, class, get ready, because today we're diving into the proof that evolution isn't just some idea from a long-bearded scientist who went birdwatching. This episode, it's about the receipts. We're talking bones, DNA, embryos, basically the evidence that life's been remixing itself for billions of years.
Yeah, man, evolution is like the universe's longest-running detective story. And the clues? They're baked right into our bodies, our bones, our cells, even our weird leftovers like the appendix.
Let's start with structures, because our bodies are walking museums. There are three major types of evidence built into your skeleton: homologous, analogous, and vestigial structures, and they each tell a different story.
So first up, homologous structures. These are body parts that different species share because they inherited them from a common ancestor. They have the same structure, but they've been modified for different jobs. Like your arm, a cat's front leg, and a whale's flipper. Same bone layout. Different uses. It's like nature took the same blueprint and made a skateboard, a paddle, and a selfie stick.
Next, analogous structures. These ones have the same function, but they didn't come from the same origin. So like a bat's wing and an insect's wing, both fly. But bats are mammals and insects are bugs. Totally different build, same idea. It's like showing up to prom in a tux versus a dragon cosplay. Both outfits, totally different stories.
And finally, vestigial structures. These are leftovers. They used to do something important in your ancestors, but now, they just kind of sit there doing nothing, like your appendix or the muscles in your ears or that tailbone you've got even though you're not doing backflips from trees. It's like when your phone has 5 pre-installed apps you never use, but you can't delete them.
So that's the structural evidence. Now let's look at patterns of how evolution happens over time. There are 3 big ones you need to know: divergent evolution, convergent evolution, and coevolution.
Divergent evolution is what happens when 2 species start from the same ancestor but end up looking really different. Think wolves and golden retrievers. Same origin, totally different end result. One is majestic and wild. The other wears pajamas and gets puppuccinos.
Now, convergent evolution is the opposite. Different species, different ancestors, but they evolve similar features, like sharks and dolphins. One's a fish, the other's a mammal, but both have streamlined bodies, fins, and super speed because they live in the ocean and need to swim fast.
And then there's coevolution. That's when 2 species evolve together because of each other, like flowers and bees. One gets food, the other gets pollinated, or predators and prey. They're locked in this long-term arms race, evolving new moves to outsmart each other. Kind of like you versus your math homework.
Now let's talk about how new species actually form. That all comes down to something called reproductive isolation. It's when a group in a species stops reproducing with the others, either because they're physically separated, they don't recognize each other's signals anymore, or their bodies just don't work together like they used to.
There are different types. Geographic isolation. They get separated by rivers, mountains, lava lakes, whatever. Temporal isolation. They're active at different times, like if one species mates in spring and the other waits till fall. Behavioral isolation. They stop recognizing each other's mating dances. Mechanical isolation, let's just say their parts don't match up anymore.
Once a group is isolated long enough and starts changing on its own, it becomes a new species. That's called speciation. It's like 2 old friends slowly growing apart until they don't even speak the same language anymore.
So where's the actual evidence for all this? Let's roll out the highlight reel. Fossil record. Bones don't lie. They show us extinct species, transitional forms, and how traits changed over millions of years. Embryology. If you look at embryos from fish, birds, and humans, they all start off weirdly similar, like we were all working off the same early prototype. Molecular biology, this is the DNA game. We compare genes and proteins between species. The more they match, the more closely related they are.
It's like Ancestry.com, but for jellyfish and chimpanzees.
Last up, cladograms and phylogenetic trees. These are diagrams that show how different species are related. A cladogram shows who shares which traits.
They're like family trees. But instead of cousins and grandparents, you've got birds, reptiles, and fungi all branching off from common ancestors. The closer two species are on the tree, the more recently they shared a common ancestor.
Okay, let's do a quick power recap. Homologous structure, same structure, different job. Analogous structure, same job, different origin. Vestigial structure, no longer used. Divergent evolution, one ancestor, species split. Convergent evolution, different ancestors, same traits. Coevolution, two species evolving together. Reproductive isolation, no more babies. Speciation, fossil record evidence in rocks. Embryology, early development comparisons. Molecular biology, comparing DNA. Cladogram shows shared traits. Phylogenetic tree shows evolutionary relationships over time. Phylogeny, study of evolutionary ancestry.
So yeah, evolution's got evidence. It's not just a theory, it's a full-on CSI case file, and we're swimming in clues. From bones to embryos to molecules, every part of your body is basically a walking receipt for where you came from.
And just remember, humans didn't evolve from monkeys. We share a common ancestor with them. Evolution doesn't mean glow-ups overnight. It means generations of tiny changes that slowly add up.
Which means, yeah, you really are built different. But so is every other species on Earth. Evolution isn't guesswork. It's history written in your bones.